larb. Comes from Southeast Asia, and the main event is a crumbled or ground meat. It's bright, it's acidic, it's delicious, it's really perfect.
Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. Welcome to Struggle Meals.
It's time to make some larb. Let's start with some pickled red onions. Nice half moons, beautiful. We're gonna go with some white vinegar, water, and to get a little sweetness in there, some packaged roast sugar. I got 2 of them here. So the reason I'm heating this up is twofold. 1, to dissolve the sugar fully, and 2, hot things seem to penetrate better into onions. And 2 teaspoons of salt. We got our jar here. Let's get our onions in. Everything is dissolved. I'm gonna set these aside and let them cool. Next thing is a minced onion. The idea is to cut these up in such a way that when they cook, they completely dissolve. If when you're eating them, you don't know onions there, you've done it right. Woo! Oh, man. The onion strikes again. Oil. All right, the onion's in the pan. It's gonna start cooking down. A little bit of salt. A hot pepper. I've got a serrano. This could be a jalapeno. It could be a Thai red chili. If you don't like spice, it could be nothing at all. Garlic. Stir it around. Got a really nice base for our larb. The onion is just starting to pick up a little bit of color. And now for the main event of the larb, ground pork. Could easily be beef or chicken. Really let this break apart, right? Get some color on the meat. I don't want something sticking together like a hamburger. The main idea is that you get something crumbly and irregular. And you can get that with mushrooms and nuts, and you can certainly get it with ground meats. How do we make this dish bright and herbaceous? Well, we add citrus and we add herbs. I got some limes here. Now the limes in Southeast Asia, they're different, and they've got these incredible leaves. It's a hard to get ingredient, but I think if we mix lime zest and lemon juice together, we can approximate the flavors. Starting to brown. Let's add in our bright citrus flavors. Here we go. Yes, bright. Ooh, that's nice. The porky, salty, fatty aroma now mixing with that bright citrus. Now let's make the herbaceousness happen. That, of course, is achieved with herb, man. So I've got some mint. I'm just gonna try to rip the big leaves off. And cilantro, coriander. Let's just do the old tip-to-toe method. Tip-toe. Beautiful. These are gonna go in now. Because of the spice of this, it's gonna taste great. It's gonna be perfect in this season. This is really looking good. This is gonna get sort of like a dressing that goes on when we're done cooking. Check it out. You're gonna start with our limes here. Just cut them in half. If you've been paying attention, you've noticed I haven't put a lot of salt here because most of the salt comes from fish sauce. Fish sauce is an ingredient that I've advocated you put on your shelf for a really long time. Its flavors cannot be replicated and it almost never goes bad. Fish sauce, lime, we need some sweetness. And here we've got 2 packets of honey. Great. Struggle Whisk 7500 comes in and does what it does best. Homogenize. And now with the heat off in our larb, we will add our dressing. The reason you don't want to cook this is because the fish sauce will get really, really intense. If you just put it on the end, as the meat cools, it's going to absorb the flavor a lot better, but it's not going to become saltier. Okay, beautiful. We have our main event. We need a vehicle to eat this in. I say we eat them in cabbage leaves. They're sturdy, they give a nice crunch, and it works really well in the winter. We've got some hot sambal sauce, a really garlicky, spicy sauce to put on top. We've got our pickled onions. Don't they look fantastic? They do. And then we've got our mint and our cilantro. And of course, the larb itself. Take 2 cabbage leaves here. And we're gonna throw the larb in. Here we go. Gorgeous. Gonna put a little hot sauce on. I like it extra spicy. I'm gonna put a little bit of the onion on there. And a few extra herbs on top. Remember, you can cook it up real quick and leave it out for the family so they can serve it up themselves. Let's have a bite. So this one right here is light, it's herbaceous, it's spicy, it's salty, it's delicious. $2.79 per serving. How can you go wrong with this one? You can't.